Welcome back to Odds with N. Sean Little, Kiwi, my guy David Tyree at MetLife. Double G, what do we got?
We got the mid-season report card, Sean. We're going to look back at some preseason projected win totals of certain teams, and let's see how they're doing now, starting in Detroit. The Lions, a putrid 0-8. Their preseason win total was set at 5. Right now, it's at 1.5. Sean, will this team win a game?
I honestly don't know. It's going to be very, very tough. The line right now, it opened at 5. It's now at 1.5. I was on the under all year. Listen, new coach, no experience. They get rid of their two best wide receivers, Kenny Golladay, Marvin Jones Jr. They gave up 32 points a game last year, did nothing to add to the offense, and then they got worse at quarterback. They got worse at quarterback. They're getting worse all over the field coming into the year, and it's showed. Like Double D said, a putrid 0-8. I think Jared Goff is a fraud. And that's a strong, strong word. Mm-hmm. But I say that because he signed for $110 million guaranteed, and I think he owes all that money to Sean McVay. I truly believe he hasn't won a game since he left, and I think it's that McVay's voice being in his ear, telling him about coverage, what's coming, what's not. I think once that's gone, now you're seeing the struggles of the Lions. I'm going to go under 1.5 wins.
Okay, you said a lot there, yeah. So let's get into it. So, first of all, as a player, I was always taught, don't ever count another person's money. Whatever they decided to pay him, he got it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I believe that he was a product of the system. You know, but to a certain extent, you could say early on, even Tom Brady may have been a product of that system. Like having that coach on the sideline with him and having that much time and that much success, you know, bred him or gave him an opportunity to get to where he is. I don't see it getting much better for Detroit, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I do think there's only a few circumstances where a team is just going to go winless. You know, I think they're going to get one. I don't know if they're going to get two. Looking at their schedule, maybe the Bears, the Vikings, or maybe the Broncos. Somebody in there is going to drop one. Just because I look at this team, and they're a bunch of players. Like these are world-class athletes who are driven, who want to play, who want to win. There's going to be an instance where they're going to go out there, they're going to get a win. Are they going to get two? I don't know. DT, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm pretty even keel here. I'm on the under. You know, they came out with a lot of fight. You know, we were early in the season saying maybe this is the best defeated team in the first quarter of the season. We really just have not seen that as of late. And when you're talking about, you know, everybody's talking about the spirit of Dan Campbell. You know, he's coming out talking about biting folks. And now if you're losing that fight and they're not taking on the character of their coach, I don't see anything from a coaching perspective or major moves that puts them in a position where it's like, yeah, there's so much hope moving forward for this team. I'm on the under.
All right, Sean, listen, you know what team is not putrid? The Bengals. They're 5-3. Their preseason win total was set at 6.5. Now the over-under is at 9.5. Sean, does the success continue in Cincinnati?
I think it does. I'm going to go over 9.5 wins. This team, I was dead wrong about this team coming in. Burrow coming off an ACL. I thought he would be under pressure a ton. They didn't do much to upgrade the offensive line. The difference is Joe Burrow. This guy's different. He's coming off the ACL. He never seems phased. He's averaging almost 10 yards. He's like right in between 9.5 yards a drop back. Every time he drops back to throw, he's almost picking up a first down. This guy, Joe Burrow, is different. I'm a Bears fan. I'm in Chicago. They came to town. I saw Joe Burrow throw 3 interceptions on 3 straight dropbacks. And he didn't blink an eye, wasn't phased at all. Almost brought him back to win the game. Joe Burrow's the difference. This is a 10-win ball team. I like Cincinnati over 9.5.
I'm gonna rock with you on that one. I think it takes a special character, a special kind of guy to lead a team like that in the ways that you just mentioned. It also shows what that relationship between a quarterback and a wide receiver can really do. Unfortunately, it's the other way for the OBJ Baker Mayfield situation. 9.5 wins, I think, with the momentum. This is a great story. This is a feel-good story for the league. I'm going on the over with this one.
6 of the next 9 at home as well. DT, what do you think?
Real simple, guys. I'm on the over 100%. Tell Joe to get this. This is a 10-win team, minimal. I'm on the over. Really simple for me.
All right, guys, let's get to the heat of the desert and Arizona. The Cardinals at 7-1. Their preseason projection was 8 wins. Right now, the over-under is set at 12.5 wins. And Sean, will they get lucky number 13?
12.5 is a big number, so I'm going to go under 12.5 wins, especially now that Kyler Murray has this injury and he's going to be a game-time decision today against the Niners. There's too many question marks now with that. Me and Kiwi were talking off camera, and we were talking about how week to week the NFL is. Mm-hmm. Last week, you asked me this question. I'm like, this is a 14-win team.
Yep. Forget
about 13 wins. This team is going to win 14 games. Mm-hmm. They lose a game at home. Now, all of a sudden, K1, Kyler Murray, it might be banged up. 13 is a big, big number.
Yeah, and I get it. I understand 12 or 12.5 is a big number. I'm still going to take it. I think a lot of it depends on what happens today with Kyler Murray. Obviously, he's a game-time decision. It looked a lot better prior to knowing that he was a game-time decision, but I'm going to stay with it. I'm going to stay with it just because Arizona's playing well, and it's tough to change culture. We've seen it. This is a culture of winning. These guys have the stance or the attitude every time they go into the game that we're going to come out victorious, whereas Detroit is a complete opposite. So I think that momentum will carry them, and they will continue to go. They'll continue to shine. I'm going to over 12.5, even though it's big.
Yeah, DT, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm actually on the under as well. This is another one of my sleepers for the Super Bowl. But I'm going to tell you, when you lose a guy like J.J. Watt, you talk about heart and soul, respect, commanding that defense and giving you hidden production. That was a bigger loss than we might anticipate. Chandler Jones, we haven't seen him since the 5-sack first game. Those are my concerns. I think they're going to be amazing.
But they lose J.J. Watt every week. They lose J.J. Watt every year. They're used to it by now.
This is a big stretch for the Cardinals. It's a big stretch for the Cardinals. 3 of the next 4 are on the road. Like we were saying, if what's up with Kyler Murray? 3 of the next 4 on the road, this is a big stretch for them.